Well, good morning vloggers, and welcome to the Mad Monks motor vlogging channel. Just running down the A5 at the moment, down towards Dunstable. Quite a lot of people about, quite heavy traffic. I think I might just go for a little run up Dunstable Downs. Go and grab a quick cup of tea up there, and then go back, take the bike to the car wash or jet wash, give it a wash down. She's filthy. It was a bit of a stalk last night. Went to just start the bike up, check it over, ready to go out this morning. And although all the electrics came on and all the lights came on and went through the startup sequence, lo and behold, it wouldn't turn over on the key, on the button. Left it for a while and came back, tried it again, nothing. So this morning I got up a bit earlier than I intended to. Got the extension cable out, run the battery charger out to her, went to put her on charge, and that's when I noticed that the kill switch was off, which not only stops the ignition, so it won't run. It also stops it using the start button. So that's an interesting thing to know. So that one been filed away for future reference. We'll bear it in mind next time. It won't start. I did think it was odd because it was the lights were on. All of the dashboard lights were on. The alarm sounded very, very strong when I woke the neighbours up. So apologies, Della Maria, Katie, and the boys. If I woke you up before you wanted to this morning, it's my own fault. I forgot to turn the alarm off before I put the ignition key in. So started first, turned the key when I hit the run switch back to on. And that's with sitting, she's been outside this week. We've had quite heavy frost a couple of days. Excuse me. So once sorted out, she started first time. Very nice. The other thing I do like about this bike is this screen. It does keep an awful lot of that wind off you. Now going up the chalk cutting, the A5 cuts through the chalk here. Not as impressive as some of the scenery abroad, but it's Still quite an impressive cutting with a 40-mile-an-hour limit on it. And Mr. Brock there unfortunately didn't quite make the crossing before he got hit. Shame. Nice little nod there. I found that most bikers do actually nod if you nod to them. Some even nodded first, so stay there, Mr. Audi man. See, he doesn't want to. The nice thing about it being a scooter with 3 wheels, it means you can slow right down and still not have to put your feet down, which is a luxury. I think I might have to this time though. As you hear from that beep there, that's the stability lock coming on, and that yellow light in the dashboard's gone solid, shows that it's locked. As soon as you come up to 2,000 revs or 7 miles per hour, then the light does start flashing, and the double beep takes the steering lock off, stability lock off, which caught me out the other day, as I've said. I think when I leant across, I must have just caught the button, which is that one there, you can see, and knocked it off as I was going to try to straighten the handlebars up. Lesson for learn: if you're manoeuvring around, pushing the bike around, always turn the ignition off before you start doing that, because that then means you don't get the same situation as I did. Central Bedfordshire have installed a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit on all roads except the main roads in Dunstable, so everybody's crawling around at 20 miles an hour. And saw in the news recently the police crime commissioner has decided that he would like to enforce any excess speeds, not allowing the normal 10% plus 2 mile an hour allowance that most police forces do. Whether or not he's actually started to do that, or nice stag, hasn't been confirmed yet, but just need to keep the speed down as you're going along here. Not quite so bad. The camera's facing the other way at the moment, I can just see, and I think it's a forward facing one, so under the rules you have to get the face of the driver or the rider. So although it may get my number plate going through, it won't have the face, so it might not be prosecuted for that, but I'd rather not risk it and get the notice of intended prosecution through the letterbox. I'll be a good boy and cruise along quite happily at 20 miles an hour. So what's your views on that? Residential road, there are a couple of schools down off the side roads that way, but none actually on this road itself. Should councils be allowed to install a 20 mile an hour speed restriction? And it's not just one road, it's every single road off the main road in Dunstable. So we're coming up to the main road now, and as you can see it goes back to a 30 limit. I wonder what that was for a minute then. I couldn't see the dogs in the back of the van there. So we're now going further up the escarpment, right up to the top. And on the Gucci's down here, just see up above us a glider going into the London Gliding School, which is down there on my right hand side. Just see it down there. The oldest gliding school in England. And it's a bit snowy up here. I shan't stop, I don't think. I'm just going to go back and have a cup of coffee. I bought a new coffee machine at home, one of these bean to cup ones.